the discussion that I'm talking about, the topic is on interracial dating and whether it's harmless or harmful to the Black community. So if you had anything to add to that conversation, by all means, let it rock.
I mean, for the part where the relationship stands, whether it's harmless or not depends really,
Okay.
because you have to know the person, and I don't dating a different race doesn't mean have to be harmless in any way at all. If you get what I'm saying,
I
because
get what you're saying. If you
the
don't mind me
person
asking.
can genuinely love you, whether they are black, white, African, Asian, whatever. They can genuinely
Okay.
love you, and that's just the case. You love who you love. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. If you don't mind me asking, just to get a bit of a background of who it is I'm talking to,
Yeah.
could you let me know, like, what's your background in terms of your ethnicity? You sound like you may be from like Africa or something like that.
Nah, I'm from Caribbean.
You're from the Caribbean. Okay, where are you
Yeah,
from in the
but I
Caribbean?
I born I born in the Caribbean, but I was raised in the UK.
Raised in the UK.
Yeah.
Okay, no sweat, no sweat. And so you say that whether it's interracial or not, it doesn't matter about the race, right? Whether it's
No,
harmless or harmful.
no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
Okay.
matter about race. If people like what they like. So, for
Okay,
instance,
I
I'm
understand.
black, and if I
Hmm.
choose to be with a white man, why should it be harmless because of race? I like what I like.
Okay, and do you like white men?
I don't have an issue with white men. I've dated one white man before, and it was never an issue
Okay.
for me.
Okay, so you don't have an issue with the race of people that enslaved your people in the Caribbean. Like you have no issue with those people.
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. I see. I understand. Now, I would say that interracial marriage is, or interracial dating is harmful. All right. There's a couple reasons why I say that. Before I get into those reasons, I'm gonna play this video real quick. I'm gonna play this video real quick.
But Mike, before you play a video, why
Okay.
why you gotta base it on what was happening in the past?
When you say why I gotta base it on what's happened in the past, you have to know
Yeah.
your history, right? You
So
have to
I,
know. You have
but
to
do you
know.
does
Hold on.
everyone
Hold on.
does everyone know?
Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, Penny. I'm gonna answer your question. You are to understand your history to understand the people you are dealing with, right? Even biblically, also in the Bible, interracial marriage is a sin. Right? In the Bible, we should not be mixing races. The Most High separated the nations for a reason, right? So I come from a biblical lens. I don't know if you believe in the Bible, but the Bible does say that you should not make marriages and give your sons to their daughters, neither take their sons or their daughters for your sons, if I'm saying it the right way around. We shouldn't be mixing with them because they will turn our hearts from following the Most High. So that's my lens. Also, if you say as a black man, get a white woman, your children are confused because they come from two different backgrounds. They are a people that have a certain culture, a certain way of living, a certain way of doing things. You know, use things like a washcloth and a rag to bathe yourself with. And there are other people who don't and let the dog lick their face and are unclean and are just, less civilized, as I would say. Y'all might disagree, but I would just say these people are less civilized. And that child grows up confused about their identity because they don't know who they are. They're being pulled every which way to Sunday. They in their mind, they're not all the way black and they're not all the way right. Now, I would just simply say you are the seed of your father. So if your father's a black man, you are so-called black. Or if your father is Caribbean, you'd be Caribbean, right? That just simplifies the whole argument. But for one, your children are confused. For two, if that brother has anything going for himself and he passes away, all his wealth, everything that he built up, just goes right back to the oppressor. Imagine you have to work 3-4 times harder than any, random YT person. And if you're one of those brothers that makes it, you're a Tiger Woods or you're a Michael Jordan or something like that, or you're Jonathan Majors, when you marry some oppressor, they literally have, like I've seen a video. There's a guidebook on how to secure a black man and get a baby from him, so you can get child support for damn near the rest of your life or for 18 years. Like we are seen as either a meal ticket for money, whether it's if your black man actually has anything, you marry them, they divorce you and take all your stuff, or you get put on child support for 18 years, or you're just a route to get a mixed baby, like a lot of these people fetishize about. They fetishize about having a mixed baby, but they don't really have any love for you. They don't understand you as an individual. But go ahead, Penny.
So you state that you said the Bible said not to have like mixed marriages, right?
That's right.
And are you in a relationship? Are you married?
I am.
You're married, okay.
To a beautiful black sister.
And that's fine. That's fine. That's what you like. But everybody wouldn't like the same thing. Or let's just say I've dated black men, yeah, and all the black men I've dated never treated me well. Then I met a white person and he treated me better than a black person, and I chose to go that route, not because of any fetish, not because of anything, but because I've got treated better there than where I was with the black man. So it's really different reasons why people choose to do certain things. Because if you're gonna quote what the Bible says, there are so many things that the Bible says. Thou should not steal. People still stealing. Thou should not kill. People still killing. Black and white still killing. Thou should not have sex without marriage. People have sex without marriage. Many people have sex without marriage. And I'm pretty sure you will have sex without marriage before you even get married. So if you're gonna quote what the Bible says, we are not really listening to the Bible, because we're doing what we want anyway.
Okay, I don't do what I want. I follow the Bible. And according to the Bible,
But
even
you
sex
follow it
is marriage.
at what point? Because like I said to you, you wasn't always married, but I'm pretty sure you wasn't a virgin when your wife met you. You were having sex before marriage. That's in the Bible.
I was not having sex before marriage. According to the Bible, sex is marriage. If you lie down with a woman, that woman is your wife. That's why I've never had sex before marriage.
So you were a virgin before you get married?
You said I was a virgin before I got married?
Yeah.
Listen. All that's personal. Sorry. All that's personal. This is what we tell you, yeah? Once we found out who we were and we opened the books, we became a brand new person. We started to live our life differently. You know what I mean? What happened before that is another topic. So this brother here found out who he was, found out the rules and the laws, and from moving forward, he stopped all the things you listed, the murder, the stealing, the lying, he stopped that. I found himself a black woman. Why? Because the Bible says that a black man must lie down with a black woman. The Most High made different nations. When he made a white man, he made a white woman to go with him. When he made a Chinese man, he made a Chinese woman to go with him. And when he made a black man, he made a black woman to go with him. And our people, thanks to Christianity, our people want to be like the oppressor. And we've been told that the black men ain't nothing and they're garbage. So therefore, we're going to go outside of our race. But let me ask you questions this. You're from the UK, right? So you see how all the far rights are marching and protesting and, putting flags everywhere. What would you advise somebody to date outside the race at this climate?
Right.
I would advise somebody to believe in what they believe in. If they believe that they want to be with somebody that other than black person, they can do it because that's what they want. Yeah. If we're talking about the Bible here, the Bible is not being followed correctly by many of people. So people will do what they want unless they are prepared to follow the Bible. Like this, my good friend here, that's what he did. Yeah, he chose to follow the Bible, but not many even believe in the Bible as well.
Okay,
even follow the Bible.
So you said many people don't follow the Bible, and that's what we're talking about. That's the problem. Right. Many people should be following this Bible.
Yeah, but the thing is, how can you, they should, but they don't.
They should,
and how could you convince? How could you convince
people murder
half of the world to follow the Bible? Because people are going to believe in what they believe in.
People on the line, and they can. I'm not trying to convince nobody.
Exactly.
I'm letting you know. My job ain't to convince you. Don't get it twisted. My job is to say what is right. My job is to say what God says in the Bible. Your life is going to be your life, whether you believe me or not. You can do what you want. No one's not forcing no one. I'm just saying what I believe according to the Bible. It's a social media platform. I'm allowed to do it. And according to the Bible, races should not mix. Are you a proud black woman?
Pardon?
Would you consider yourself a proud black woman?
Yeah, I am.
Now, how can you be proud when the man in your bed ain't of your race?
But why not?
No. I'm asking a question.
Does the other person have to do with the defining me?
All right, I'm gonna tell you why. I look on lately. There's a lot of racial tension brewing. I was seeing these far rights everywhere. I turn on the TV. I see Brits who are proud to be British. They got a British flag on their back. They support the English football team. Their woman is white. They got a British bulldog. That is a proud British man. Now, how can you be a proud black woman when you can't lie down with a black man? How can you be a proud black woman?
No,
wait, 1 second.
I did lie down with a black. That's what I'm saying. I did lie down with a black man.
1 second. How can you consider yourself a proud black woman when you don't even want to push out black kids from between your legs? How is that possible? I need to know, please.
Okay, so for one, I do have a black son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's completely black. Like I said, I've been with black men. Yeah. However, how could these black men, proud of being black, but treat their black woman like garbage? To the point where they find more comfort in a white man.
I mean, if I could, Cap.
Sorry, please. I got this one.
Go ahead.
Okay. So you're saying that not yourself, but one will get outside the race because their race, which is black people, treat them bad.
That can be a reason. That was one of my reasons.
I'm telling you.
People couldn't date who they want, and they have their own particular reason. So you asked me if I can say I'm a pro-black woman, and I said yes, and your answer was, how could I feel like I'm a black person when I'm being with a white man? But I'm asking you, how could a black man say he's proud to be black but mistreat his black woman?
And he's wrong. He's absolutely wrong. But let's not deviate from the question. But my point was, how can you consider yourself, I'm proud, I love my people, I want my people to grow, I want my people to be successful and expand, but I don't want to marry one though. that don't make sense
because
to me.
Because the men I've been with wasn't worth marrying.
Right. So wouldn't the next option be to fix them brothers? If them brothers are not moving right or they're heading right, would it be to fix them brothers? You got children, right? You said you got a child.
But how could you fix someone if they can't fix themselves?
You got a child, yeah, and you say you love your child is full black and so forth.
Yeah, my son is full black. Yeah,
that's fine. If your child was to if your child weren't doing so well academically, would you give up on him? Would you give up on him? Or would you help him academically?
No, because he's a child.
Regardless, so
no, he's a child. He's a child. So when he becomes a man and he can't learn on his own, then he needs to be on his own, because after a while I won't always be around him as a mother.
That's fine.
He has to grow on his own someday.
So you will give up on your child?
If you're talking about school wise, no, because he's still a child. No, but eventually he will become a man. And a man has to on his own.
You got a son that is not all the way there. You help him, is that correct? Or
yes, I will.
Him? So then why you don't find yourself a black man that don't treat you bad?
Right. I've been trying to. You think I'm going out picking a black man thinking he won't treat me right and stick with him? No. Okay. Women don't jump in this relationship because they want to.
What I was just gonna say, sis, is it sounds like to me you need help with how to choose a good, not even like a good husband. Like, you need help with picking the right men, because the men you've picked, even that white man you were with, are you with him now?
That's right.
Yeah, we're still together. Been 3 years.
Still together for 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. It seemed like what you needed was help in picking a good black man. Now, you can get that help and you can get that assistance in the ISUPK. Now, if you're with a white man and you've been with him for the last 3 years, you've laid down with him, that's your husband. Now, according to the Bible, you cannot leave your husband. But for all my sisters out there that want to leave the black man because you say black men mistreated you, the actual root of it, for one, we all as a nation need to be better. We all as a nation what we need is our moral code. We need to have more morality back into the black community. But we need help. Brothers need help picking suitable wives, because there's been plenty of brothers who have been mistreated by their woman. But should they now go to a white woman because black women have treated them bad? That's like a man saying, "Oh,
they go to the person where they feel peace. Where they get peace from."
Since I'm talking, That's like a man dating this woman, dating that woman. They all treat him bad, and then he turns to children because children treat him better. Is that right? Or he turns to bestiality or homosexuality because they don't treat him as bad. That's not an appropriate solution to the problem. The problem is
People
one.
go where they find peace. So if
I understand.
you said
And are
you
you
just
saying, are you
you
saying
said
on
that
this, are you saying that on this earth there is not a single black man that you could find peace with? That's what you're saying.
I've never said no, but I haven't met him. I have not met him. Yeah, and
He's out there. He's out there.
you saying that it could be my fault. I'm for choosing the wrong person, but we never really know a person because people in this day and age pretend a lot. Because I can be the perfect wife to the wrong person. There's a saying you can be the perfect, you can be the package to the wrong address. Yeah. So we can't. And first of all, we can't help who we fall in love with. It don't have to be it don't have to be a white man. It could have been an Asian guy. It could have been a African guy. It could have been a Somalian guy. It could have been anybody. Just mean it was this white person who I found my peace with, not because he was white, because the way he treated me, the way before we even got together. Obviously, even though you've been with somebody for 10 years, you don't know who a person really is. Why? Because you can't read their mind. This white guy can fail me, like the black guys. And I might go back and deal with a black guy, and he might fail me again. I might go deal with an Asian guy. The Asian guy might fail me again. We don't know who people really are truly are, because we can't read their minds. That's why when we have kids and kids do certain things, you'll be surprised because you in your mind you think, oh, but why? Because we can't read their minds. We don't know what people are thinking. We don't know what who people really are. We only can hope for the best. We only can hope for the best. And I can't judge somebody off of what happened in the past, or what happened to our ancestors. Our ancestors will have bear in mind a black woman back then had white men, have mixed kids. Some by force, yes, and some willingly.
Okay.
Am I right? Am I wrong?
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Exactly.
And you hit a good point. But back to my point now. Back to my point. So
yeah,
how can you're talking about the past and our ancestors had white kids because it was forced? So don't you think that black woman that was forced in slavery to lie down with a white man, and you in 2026 willingly lie down with a white man, don't you think you're doing that sister a disservice? Don't you think you're making her not proud? How do you think?
No.
How do you think our ancestors feel? That
No.
wait 1 second. How do you think our ancestors was screaming and crying and getting their legs pulled open by a man that you just willingly lay down with today? You think your ancestors would be proud today?
And that's them.
So, and that's the problem.
Not about them, not about them being proud. It's about me and how I feel presently.
We can't be pro-black. We can't be pro-black. You know why? You know why you can't be pro-black?
I wasn't there.
That's the problem. This is the problem. You are selfish. Your life about you.
How could I be selfish for somebody who I don't even know?
I'm gonna tell you why. Your life is about me. I don't know them. I don't know. This is me. This is my life. And to raise up black people, we have to not be selfish. You see all the people out there in Britain's March and Britain's First and fly the flag. There are people. One second. There are people that are not selfish. They care about their own race of people. And thanks to Christianity, we care about me. And all I hear is black men speak about me. Carmelo Anthony is unalived, but no one cares about that because no white man ever harmed me. Black people get stopped and frisked by the police, but we don't care about that. You know why? Because no black man ever harmed me. I got white friends. It's all me. It's all personal. That's the problem. This thing what me and Alban are speaking about is not personal. It's factual. The guy that came on before, you can't bring white people down because my mum is white. It's too personal. Forget the feelings, man. We got to deal on the facts. You're saying
you're talking about the females
you're saying,
who
well,
were
I got a white husband because no one didn't unalive me, no one didn't rape me, and that's why we as a people can't come together. That's why we can't grow. Everybody wants black pride. Everybody as black people can't grow
because we always try to threaten the other black person. That's why we can't go. If you look at the Mexicans,
do you know why
they stick together?
We don't. You know
no,
why?
We don't.
We don't. You know why?
No,
you know why?
We don't.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. For the sisters like you that don't care about what happened to sisters in the past. We are selfish. You said that brothers treat you bad. And you know why brothers treat you bad? Because they are selfish. The same way how you are selfish. And we got to put that selfishness beside. We're going to say, you know what?
I can go wrong now, you know.
1 second. We got to say, despite how I feel. I'll be mute, real quick. I hear some feedback noise. We got to start saying, you know what? Despite how I feel, I'm going to do what's right. Just like you mentioned unaliving earlier, we got to say this brother annoyed me and I would love to unalive him, but I'm not going to do that. You know why? It's not right. You know what? This white woman treats me better than black women, but I'm not going to do it. You know why? Because it's right. But all we care about is me, what makes me happy. And that's why we're on the bottom. Sorry, Alban.
Oh, Khan, absolutely. I mean, it's like if you saying, okay, you went to the white man because black men treated you wrong, then sis, I would ask you this question. Do you agree with homosexuality? I know you from the Caribbean, so I pray I know your answer to this question, but I'm not sure. I'd have to ask you. Do you agree with homosexuality? I says you can unmute whenever you're ready. She must have left. She must have left. I heard she was talking to other people in the background. Oh, go ahead.
So yeah, I was saying, it is not because I choose him because he's white.
No, sis, I had just asked you a question.
It could have been anybody. It could have been an Asian guy.
Yeah,
I choose somebody who treated me well.
It could have been Simpson. It could have been, it could have been Barney, the
it could have been Barney,
the purple dinosaur.
It could have been a Pokemon. But
right,
he
I understand.
Treated me well.
But my question is, do you agree with homosexuality?
No, I don't.
You don't agree with homosexuality?
No.
What and why don't you agree with homosexuality?
Because I just don't see it's right. It's not right.
Okay, and where do you get
man
being with it's not right?
Men.
Where do you get that it's not right from?
It's just me.
Just you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, according to the Bible, homosexuality is a sin. It's an abomination, right? That's where we get morality from. But what if there was a man or a woman that was just so hard done by, just got treated bad by this woman and the next woman and that woman, and then they turned around and said, okay, I'm gonna just get a man. Would you agree with that?
Choice.
That's their choice, huh?
It's not right, but that's their choice.
Rabbi, you gotta rephrase the question. Sis, I'm gonna rephrase it for you. Sis, how much men can treat you bad to make you say, you know what, I'm gonna go for a woman?
None.
Ooh, see there? And that's
because I don't
wait, you see that? And you should have had that same thought process when it came to black men.
Right.
That exact same thought process. You should have said, you know what, 10 treat me bad, but I'm gonna still stay until I find the right one. That's the same thought process you should have had. That's
like I said, it didn't have to be a white man. It could have been somebody else. It could have been an Asian guy. It just happens to be a white man. It could have been another black man. But it happened because this one, he's white. He told me, well, doesn't mean that I'm going against my black men. No.
I'll tell you one thing. You cannot be pro-black. You cannot be properly pro-black and be with a man or a woman, if you're a man, as another race of people. That's not my opinion. That's the Bible.
It is.
Matter of fact,
it's not.
Matter of fact,
it's not.
You're saying it's not the Bible, right?
Show me the Bible. Show me what's in the Bible.
Let me get this verse. This is a verse of the Apocrypha, right? This is the Apocrypha, which was the middle part of history between the Old and New Testament. All right. This is Book of Tobit, chapter 4 and verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe. All right. For time's sake, I'm gonna skip on to verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people, in not taking a wife of them. So according to the Bible, if you take a husband or a wife of another race of people, you despise your own people. What you're saying, when you lie down with that white man, and that white man just treats you so good, you're saying black men weren't good enough.
No, the ones not all black men, the one I was talking to or dealing with.
But you could have found another black man who would have treated you better.
And I didn't, and I found a white
you
one.
lie down with that black man, you're saying that you lie down with that white man, you're saying black men are not good enough.
They're not. Some of them are not good enough at all.
Yeah, good night. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So and let me ask you this question. Sister, do you have your father in your life?
Yes. Strongly too.
And what does your father think about you being with this white man?
He have
Think
no
he's
issue.
proud?
Very proud. He loves him.
Okay, I understand. That brother must be lost too.
Yeah.
Must be lost in the sauce.
Not because
not everyone will agree with what you guys say. That means that
Absolutely.
they're lost. Everyone have their own opinion. Everyone have their own life to live, and everybody have their own belief. Just like how our ancestors, those ones who wasn't forced, but willingly went into a white relationship with a white guy, what they lost as well.
Okay.
They have
No
low
problem.
self-esteem. That's what that is. Go ahead, Kai.
So you gotta understand that people gonna do what they want.
I understand.
And people like what they like, and you just can't stop it.
All right.
People have their own belief. People have their own opinion. People have their own life to live. Yeah. People, whatever happened in the past, I'm so sorry what happened in the past. I'm sorry about slavery ever had to happen. Why? I don't know what happened, but it happened. But I was not there to experience slavery. I don't know what it's like to be a slave.
All right, sis, it was good talking to you anyway. You know, we appreciate your views and whatnot. You know, you brought some, your voice, your views and everything. We're gonna move on now, though. Robert, she okay to stay in the back still, or?
I'm gonna disconnect. I mean, it's been a long conversation with the sisters. So I'm gonna get to the next few people. But what I would say, final words, closing out, sis, is just like you said, you can't know a person, as you said. So as this white man is treating you good, as you say, I just pray we don't hear a new story where you were found chucked up in a river somewhere.
You go ride, yeah, of course.